The phase 2 will involve reconstruction of the runway, taxiway, and apron pavements, overlaying the runway with a 50mm asphalt, that's about a 2-inch asphalt, installation of runway markings, drainage improvement, including line drainage with side slabs or stone pitching, and installation of airfield lighting and communication equipment. And the phase 3 will involve acquisition of additional land to extend the runway from 1.1 kilometer to 1.5 kilometers, expansion of runway, construction of passenger terminal building, offices, car park, and wastewater reticulation system. Additionally, Speaker, honorable members, feasibility studies are underway to assess the potential expansion of other strategic airstrips in Marsabit County, subject to budgetary allocation. And like I said, Speaker, this is one of our vast, or one of the biggest counties in Kenya, and the mode of transport can only be achieved through facilitation of this kind of transport service. So we'll pay attention and ensure, Honorable Chute, we do address the needs for the people of this county to be able to travel. Speaker, in conclusion, I wish to inform the Honorable House that the Ministry is committed to enhancing aviation infrastructure in Marsabit to improve connectivity, security, and economic growth. Detailed timelines, like I said, of implementation we can provide as soon as we finish the feasibility studies and budgetary approval. And let me confirm, Speaker, honorable members, that we'll, like I've said, pay attention to that. Thank you.
Senator Mohamed Chute, do you have any supplementary question? You can have a seat, Waziri.
Yeah, I do, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I was just wondering, I want the Cabinet Secretary to tell this Honorable House, when he talks about the airstrips are not under the management of KAA, and then at the same time he's contradicting himself by saying, the last page, which is page 5, the CS is talking about investment of up to 61 million shillings, and then the last paragraph talks about completion of the same project and handed over to KAA. If these airstrips are not managed by KAA, who is managing these airstrips, and why should it be handed over to Kenya Airports Authority? Number 2, last general election, 2022, myself and the now President, His Excellency, President Ruto, wanted to go to Sololo. We had to go to Moyale and drive all the way from Moyale to Sololo. Now, almost 3 years. The Cabinet Secretary should tell this House that, yes, we don't have funds now, but the programs are this year or next financial year, we are going to start and complete this project. Please, can the Cabinet Secretary tell the people of Marsabit and the people of this country, besides not having money, when are you going to start the project and completion period? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for that supplementary question from Honorable Chute. Let me just clarify, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members, that the airstrips in Kenya, today we have a total of about 440 airstrips falling under the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Forestry under KWS, and KAA. Those under our direct jurisdiction and management are 18. And what happens, honorable members, I guess because of the versatility of KAA, we do go into arrangements to support and maintain some of the airstrips like Sololo and Turbi. And so when we have an arrangement to run a maintenance and we do a tender as KAA, we supervise the construction, and The contractor will then hand over a certificate of completion, and that is basically why I said it was handed over to the client. We are the client when we are in charge of the construction, but those two airstrips belong to the Ministry of Interior. Honorable Chair, Honorable Chairman, Speaker rather, honorable members. So we'll continue to cooperate with Interior, KWS, to deliver the various airstrips, continue to support and work together in terms of providing budgetary support, and that suffices to basically clarify why I did indicate that handed over back to the client being the contracting authority, KAA. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, before I give you an opportunity to ask more supplementary questions, question number 046, Senator Fatuma Nduro, is as the related subject matter on the airport in Isiolo. So I will request you also ask that question so that the CS can handle all the interventions together. Then we'll go back now to the other areas on loans. Yes, Senator Chute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I asked two questions. Question number one was the airstrips belongs to who? Then number two, the CS should give us the deadline on when to start the project and when to finish. That question he didn't answer.
Yes, if you have that capacity to determine now, then proceed and give the timelines.
Honorable Chair, thank you again. Sorry about that. And I just thought I was repeating myself, Chair, because I had indicated that this is the vastest county in Kenya, and therefore we'll pay attention to make sure that budgetary provisions are provided, and I'll pay personal attention because the mode of transport in a county as vast as Marsabit, if we don't provide these airstrips in a usable, maintainable mode, it becomes a challenge, and therefore we'll pay attention and push for budgetary support to ensure that whereas the Ministry of Interior did provide that budget and we've been maintaining, we'll work with the Ministry of Interior to ensure that we do provide a budget and maintain those airports. Thank you, Speaker.
Senator Nduro, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question number 046 reads, how much money has the government allocated and utilized so far in the project for the modernization and rehabilitation of the Isiolo International Airport? B, could the Cabinet Secretary provide a status update on the payment of compensation to owners of the parcel of land acquired for the project and indicate when outstanding balances will be paid? C, are there plans to extend the runway at the airport? And if so, could the Cabinet Secretary provide timelines for the same? D, could the Cabinet Secretary also explain why the airport is not operational and outline steps being taken by the government to address the situation? I thank you.
Cabinet Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The question for the member of Isiolo with respect to Isiolo Airport. Honorable members, with respect to question A, which is seeking the total amount of money that the government has so far allocated and utilized in the project for the modernization and rehabilitation of Isiolo Airport. Isiolo Airport, honorable members, is an international airport, given its locationing on the Lapset corridor, and what we need to do to open up that corridor and that development corridor to basically improve the economic activities of this country, because the current northern corridor is very congested. So, members, and I say that deliberately because Isiolo being an international airport and I could see aerodrome featuring a single asphalt runway that measures 1.4 kilometers in length and 30 meters width, 3 number taxiways and an apron. The airport is approximately on 800 acres, honorable members. That is 330 acres of land, of course, in both Isiolo and Meru counties. Major construction work started, honorable members, in 2011 and were completed in 2017. The airport modernization is part of the Lamu Port South Sudan Ethiopia Transport Corridor LAPSET development project, as well as Kenya's Vision 2030 program. Isiolo International Airport was strategically planned to enhance access to northern Kenya and connect the region with major cities and international destinations, thereby promoting tourism and business travel. The airport aims to stimulate economic growth and attract investment. Future plans include expansion to further enhance its services and operational efficiency. The construction of the airport was executed in 3 phases, with phase 1 being the development of the runway and taxiway in 2011-2013. The phase 2 was the construction of the passenger terminal building, office block and car park completed in 2016, and development of the access road, apron, expansion and drainage works as a phase 3 and completed in 2017. Honorable members, the cost of phase 1, 844 million, phase 2, 963 million, that phase 3, 849 million, and the runway pavement, 47.95 million. On item 5 on that table, there is a runway pavement rehabilitation works that started in 2021-2022 at a cost of 55 million. There's a proposed construction cargo processing facility at a cost of 24.3 million, which started in 2021 and was completed. Erection of flat lights, street lights, installation works, which started in 2017 and was finished in 2018 at a cost of 27.78 million. There is extra mechanical service construction of a pump house, an elevated water tank, and a borehole, which also has been completed at a cost of 55 million Kenya shillings. There is relocation of a school, KK Ngechia School Phase 1, and there is also a Phase 2 with both costing 97 million, the 76.8 and the 20.4. With the project total, and both have been completed, honorable members, with the project cost at 2.974 billion, approximately 3 billion, honorable members. You can see the significance, big investment, and we need to really get down to answer the next question: why is the airport not operational after that level of expenditure? And on the question of the compensation to residents who were displaced as a result of the project, and how we are planning to finalize the compensation, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members, on November 2nd, 2004, the Isiolo County government agreed to set aside a portion of trust land for the expansion and promise alternative land for those affected in nearby areas. Similar discussion took place in the defunct County Council of Meru North. The authority held consultation with stakeholders, including district commissioners at that time, and council, culminating in a supportive workshop that took place on January 14, 2005. Benefits of the airport project were highlighted, leading to further collaborative planning between the councils. And after completing a joint fiscal planning exercise, the path development plans was submitted and approved by the Ministry of Lands and Housing in April 2006. The authority received a letter of allotment for approximately 253 hectares on May 23, 2006. Honorable Speaker, members, meanwhile, in or around November 2004, the then Isiolo County Council conducted an identification exercise of persons affected by the expansion of the airstrip, and a full council adoption of the same was obtained. The affected persons were to be relocated by the County Council of Isiolo. As of to date, honorable members, Speaker, due to multiple conflicts, claims, the authority has not been able to compensate the project affected persons due to the fact that the genuine affected persons by the airport expansion have not been identified as the process of vetting genuine persons and determining just compensation for the land used for expansion of the airport solely lies with the National Land Commission. In addition, there are multiple court land matters pertaining to Isiolo International Airport, which we have annexed. With respect to, and certainly we need to, given the time frame and the historical time frame, we just need to complete that, and therefore we need to really get the National Land Commission together with the county government and of course ourselves to close that issue as the concern has been brought out by Senator Dulo. As regarding plans to extend the runway at the airport, and if so, whether we can provide a timeline, Speaker, we have listed projects that have been planned to make Isiolo International Airport fully functional to support both passenger and cargo traffic, and then really support that investment that has been laid, that has been put on the ground. These projects are all dependent with the allocation of funding, and being Isiolo being where it sits in the Lapsset corridor, the National Treasury will work very closely with the National Treasury with, to ensure that with the projected budget estimate that I have enumerated of 4.8 billion, that covers what we need to do, which include rehabilitation of the existing runway through the midterm program. An evaluation of the existing runway was done, and a recommendation of the fully reconstructing the runway made due to the failures that have been observed since inception. I think there's a bit of clay cotton there, and we need to redo that. It will cost us 1.5 billion. Runway extension of 3.5 kilometers to really land the bigger flights. Extending the runway will cost us 1.5 billion. We need to put in a fire station at an additional 300 million. We need to complete the airport perimeter fence. We need airfield ground field lighting, which will cost us 250 million. We need aircraft traffic control tower. With the expansion noted above, we may require that, and it will cost us an additional 300 million. Improvement of drainage around the airport to basically address that water logging due to the type of soils there will cost us 300 million. And land acquisition for VIP car parks, hangars, and road expansion. A total budget, like I said, of 4.8 billion. And like again, to reiterate that Isiolo being where it sits in the Lapsset corridor, and for the strategic definition, we will work very closely to secure the investment already on the ground by facilitating a completion of this airport. On the question of why the airport is not operational and the steps we are taking to address the situation, Mr. Speaker, sir, the facility currently accommodates a non-scheduled flights primarily involving caravans and helicopters, but is experiencing significant runway defects due to flooding caused by terrain challenges and expansive black cotton soil. These issues have led to low pavement classification values limiting the type of aircraft that can operate safely. Honorable Speaker, in November 2020, the authority engaged the Material Testing and Research Division under the Ministry of Transport to assess the runway pavement and recommend corrective action. The Kenya Airports Authority is awaiting additional funding from the National Treasury to address these issues with proposals that include reconstructing the runway, like I've said. And the project, the runway, being the international status, positioning of Isiolo, I did say these defects, as they present serious risk, including safety hazards, operational limitation, increased maintenance and cost, will be something of priority for us. And therefore, timely repairs are crucial to enhance safety, expand operational capacity, reduce long-term cost, and attract more users, ensuring our facility long-term viability. And again, members, we will pay attention. Isiolo is a